Well, it is Undie Drive week on FIVEaa Breakfast, raising money for those wonderful charities, Hutt St Centre and Catherine House, with which we've been associated for many, many years. Long-time listeners to the program would be right across the wonderful and many and varied ways with which they help the less fortunate in the community here in South Australia. But what we always like to do as part of Undie Drive week is speak to some of the clients of these wonderful organisations to get an insight into their lives and circumstances and how Hutt Street has helped out. And we're joined live in the FIVEaa Breakfast studio this morning by Brian. Brian, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Great to have you in here, Brian. So, as Will said, we've been involved with the Hutt St Centre for many years now, and we've been in there and seen the meals that they provide and so on. How long have you been relying on their services, mate?
About the last 4 months.
I understand you were a truck driver for a long time, weren't you?
Yeah, truck driving in removals.
So mainly here in SA,
Yeah,
or did you
here
travel
in
around
SA.
a bit too?
No, like it's only interstate here.
Yeah. The thing I reckon that a lot of people struggle to understand about homelessness is, and you know, they say that often you're only one paycheck away from becoming homeless. So you're working for such a long time. Do you mind me asking, what was the thing that sort of tipped you into homelessness, mate?
I'd say it's the cost of living.
Yeah.
Just the circumstance I was under. You know, I supposedly got bitten by a white tip, bone infection set in, hospitalisation. Had to move out into the country, just doing the trips back and forward to Adelaide, you know, like 200k round K trips. I'll be doing them, you know, like up to 4 or 5 a fortnight back to Adelaide.
Yeah,
It
right.
was just the cost of the car, you know, and rent, food, bills. It just doesn't add up, you know.
So you're sort of talking in the last sort of year or so, really?
Yeah, it's been an 11-month holiday, as they say.
Holiday.
Yeah, you know.
Do you remember the first night you decided that you're going to sleep in the car?
Yeah.
What was the sort of the decision-making process that led up to that?
It just had to be done. You
Yeah.
know? It's just, I've been, 20 years ago I was on the streets, you know, and Hutt Street helped us out there and got us off the streets into accommodation, and, you know, like the last 20 years I've been all right, but yeah, it's just come to this time around again.
We've literally, I mean, there's literally a police operation in the city at the moment about it being, there've been safety issues and there's been issues of violence and antisocial behaviour. It must be pretty scary at times.
At times, but I sort of keep to myself, you know. I don't like to I don't hang out with anyone there, you know. I just keep my back to the wall.
Is it a lonely life? That might be a silly question.
There are a couple of people that, you know, like talk to you, and strangers will talk to you, offer you money, you know, to help. But,
Do you ever get flack from people? Like, do you ever get people who sort of judge you or anything like that?
I think that, yeah, I do in a way, yeah. You know, you'll see, you know, people turn around and double check as you're walking past that their car's locked, you know.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that, you know.
What kind of things have Hutt Street Centre helped you out with? What have they been doing?
Everything. Showering, meals, clean clothes, doctors, nurse, help desk with IDs if you need it, paperwork, Centrelink, just anything, you know. Anything you ask for, they'll try to accommodate.
Wow.
We've seen so many stories over the last few months about rent, and there was a story in the paper only a couple of days ago about a family of 5, mum and dad. They've got 5 kids, and the landlord suddenly told them your rent's going from $460 to $600 a week. In an environment like this, how difficult is it for you to think about getting back into some form of housing, Brian?
Not by myself. Like, I'm on New Start now, and, you know, that's $700 a fortnight, you know, and I've got bank loans to pay. I'm skipping every second payment. And so that leaves me, you know, roughly $300 a week, you know, to survive. And I've got to, you know, keep the car registered, and I've got car wires at the moment, you know. And, yeah, just the affordability of rent, housing, it's just not there.
Would you be in a position where you'd be able to work again, or is that something?
Yeah. The work had told me, you know, I've got a job there any time.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
I've just got to get a roof over my head, you know, and then I can possibly go back to work.
Well, that's a light at the end of the tunnel, isn't it?
It is.
It's just sitting here talking to you now. Like, people have a weird idea about what homeless people are like. Sort of think there's something different about them, but
it's all walks of life.
We could be down at my local having a beer, and I wouldn't even know you were homeless.
No. A lot of people don't know you're homeless, you know. But some people, you know, just judge.
Yeah.
Judge by your look.
Well, mate, look, all the very best. And to the Hutt Street people, it's great that they're giving you a leg up. But we hope to see you back with a roof over your head soon.
Yeah, yeah. There's light at the end of the tunnel, like you said. They're trying. You know, it's just there's that many homeless out there.
You said you did it 20 years ago. Does it feel different this time?
Totally. There's a lot more heads, a lot more females. There seems to be more help at the Hutt St Centre than what it was 20 years ago. A lot safer.
They do a wonderful job. It's what this week is all about. Thank you so much, Brian, for coming in and talking to us and sharing your story a bit with us. It provides our listeners with wonderful insight. Thank you.
Thank you.